Chinese are not helping. The Chinese are not helping.
How could they be smiling at this point?
I was like, holy frigamunga.
Remember, you got hurt too in the process.
And of course, he's coming it out and the ladder slips.
I lost my house. I lost this. I lost that. There's mud in their house. Everything is washed out.
I will never not be prepared like that for a hurricane again.
WTF, we're doing a podcast. I'm Niki.
And I'm Michelle. This is 50. Welcome to What the 50. Join us on our continued journey to simplify our lives.
We will seek the answers from the experts and offer tips, tools, and techniques to live your life with confidence and joy. Are we ready? Let's go.
Hey, Mish.
Hey, Nikki.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute and a half.
And we're here.
We are.
And we're finally doing another season of this podcast.
I know. What happened this year, though, Nikki? We normally do 4?
Yes.
3 or 4?
3 or 4.
4, yes. Seasons.
Well, we know what happened.
Yeah.
Life happened. And then, of course, Melissa
came to visit. But we're here. And I think we have to give ourselves grace because we went through a lot of change in 2025.
Right.
But we are very determined to finish strong, and we're going to do that.
No problem.
So this is our season 2. Season 2 for 2025?
No. Yes, season 2 for 2025. Oh my gosh, I had to think about that. So anyhow, it would be like we have to discuss Melissa, right?
We have to. But, I think we could start by saying just how grateful we are. Melissa came and left a mark, a huge mark on our country.
Did you see that Melissa is one of the highest wind hurricanes recorded ever?
185 miles per hour. And I think
even more than that,
it was actually up to 225.
I thought I saw 252.
Oh, really?
But that might have been a bit crazy.
I don't know. I hope not, because that's high.
Right.
But yes, it was incredible. History.
Right.
Yeah. And of course, we're in Kingston, so we didn't really feel the full brunt of it. The western side of Jamaica was terribly hit, to say it. And that's just putting it mildly.
Yeah. And of course, we are left with this guilt, right?
Survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figuring out, like, it could have been us.
But you know what, though? I think although we're struggling with survivor's guilt, it's a good thing, in quotations, that the entire island wasn't affected, because at least we in Kingston can support those on the western side.
Well, it was a long days getting prepared for Melissa.
Like it wouldn't end.
And of course, Michelle, you know what happened, but I'll tell the listeners
yes.
what happened in our preparation story. Mm-hmm. So my husband is very handy, and he likes to do a lot of things himself. So that day he says, I'm going to go up and fix the roof. And I'm thinking, he's going to go up and fix the roof? And I'm like...
And this was like 2 days before, right?
This was the Wednesday before the hurricane. And he's like, yes, you just hold on to the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, I'll hold on to the ladder. So Maureen leaves. I was like, okay, just me and...
The handyman.
And the damn ladder. And it's one of these old-time ladders, Michelle, and he puts it up against the thing. I'm holding on to the ladder. He goes up, comes down, goes up again, fixes it. And of course, he's coming it out, and the ladder slips.
Oh, no.
And there goes...
There goes Trevor.
It was intense. You know the whole story, but it was intense. And anyhow, we're on, whatever. It's a
he's
whole
on the
thing,
mend.
but he's fine.
Mend.
He's back
fine.
working and everything, but he did break his elbow.
Yeah.
But it taught us that at our age,
you don't climb up ladders.
Definitely not. And you don't get...
But thank God it wasn't worse. I mean, we can minimize it a little bit now because it's gone, but thank God it wasn't worse.
Yeah.
It could have been.
Did I tell you that on the way to the
hospital... remember, you got hurt too in the process.
But on the way to the hospital, he is calling the surgeon saying, hey, Mark, I think I might need your help. because he tells me afterwards he thought he had punctured his lungs.
Yes, you told me.
Jesus.
You told me.
Anyhow, this is where we're at.
So I have a little story too in the preparation, because Chris doesn't handle these things very well. He doesn't. And I know this. And the boys are not here, as you know. So JP and Zacho, they were calling, can you go check on mom and dad, this friend, that friend? And they got a truck to come to put up sandbags and
Look at you.
plyboard. And when they came, I'm like, no, it's okay. We don't need all of that. But they were doing that from overseas. Anyway, so Chris's cousin calls us from Florida because her mom lives here. And she says, we need to get mom to your house. And Chris goes, yeah, sure, that's fine, no problem. This is the day before the hurricane. So I'm talking to you the Tuesday morning, and you're saying, Chris hasn't left yet? He needs to go on the road now. And then you have your ODPEM straight line, and you're saying to me, no, Michelle, he hasn't left by 7 o'clock. He has to leave now.
Yes, this is in the middle of the storm.
The storm
that
is on
Chris
its way.
is trying to go to pick up his aunt.
And he's cool. He's so super cool. And he goes to get her. And in no time, he's back. And I'm like, he's back. And then my mom is there, as you know. Mom came the night before, but she's super chill. She's 100 years old. And she's super chill.
Yeah,
and
she's 100.
Yeah, and she, they watched Christmas movies the entire time. They didn't even blink with the wind blowing and whatever. They were so fine together, but it really worked out well.
Yeah.
They had fun together.
But let's not forget, too, that you're caught in this generation.
Yes.
My parents have passed, but remember, your mom didn't want to come.
She didn't want to go initially. She didn't. And we were able to convince her. It didn't take a lot of convincing.
Thank God.
But we were able to convince her. So we secured her home, and then we took her down to ours. In fact, the night before, Chris was like, I'm going to go and talk to her myself.
What?
I know, right? I'm like, Chris is fine. Mom's coming. But, we do what we have to do.
Yeah, for sure.
And thank God we were fine. Our house was fine. Your house was fine. We did the drive-through the day after. And
but who knew that this hurricane was going to be the way it is?
Nobody.
And I tell everybody the story is that before the hurricane started, my brother calls a family meeting. And I'm like reluctantly saying, oh my God, he's just being dramatic. But let's have this meeting. And we're all on Zoom, And he's like, okay, if the lines go down, this is what we're going to do. And where in the house will you go? And, do we have these walkie-talkies? Because I don't know if the younger generation knows, but back in the days, before cell phones, we would all have these walkie-talkies to speak to each other. Did you have them?
No.
Yeah.
But I know what you're talking about.
Our family had them. It was like Blue Jay 1, Blue Jay 1. But anyhow, and he's like, okay, but we don't have walkie-talkies now. We'll go to this person's house that's in the center. We'll walk there. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this man is like overly going crazy. But to tell you the truth, Mish, afterwards I had to apologize to him and said, you know what? What happened in Montego Bay, that could have been us.
Could have been us, for sure. Yeah.
That could have been us. So I will never not be prepared like that for a hurricane again.
And the truth is, we're now in that time when we can get this again. We pray we don't.
Yeah.
But we can.
Yeah.
But we'll be prepared for that if it happens again. We pray it doesn't. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, so the hurricane was rather intense, as we all know. We don't need to get into all of those details. But it's so funny how we notice how, as we've aged now, the roles of our children have changed. Your boys were sending...
Very protective.
All that stuff. And because of what happened to Trevor, Max was like, should I come down? Should I flying down to help? And at the point I was saying, no, Max, it's okay. We're going to be fine. But in retrospect, I probably should have had him come down because if anything happened in the house, Trevor couldn't do anything. And obviously I am hopeless. So we should have been prepared. But it's another stress of, do we put that stress on those kids?
I think they were already stressed not being here because remember, years before, they were here.
Right.
For burial, Kaylin was here for burial, was he?
Yes.
Yeah, so we've always had one or both boys, because Zaka was here for burial too, so he and I were doing whatever we need to do to prepare. So this was the first time neither of our boys
were here.
And I think they're just in adult mode, protective mode.
Yes.
And they want to make sure that they're playing their role, even though they're 100 miles away.
Right.
So it's just where they are, and they're seeing us in that, almost in a parent-child relationship now, because they want to make sure that we're okay.
Which is a different dynamic.
It is a whole different dynamic.
And during the hurricane, I don't know if you saw my updates, but my nephew and Max were actually doing their own, well, mostly my nephew, doing their own weather reporting. And so they were able to post.
Right.
So Max was actually posting the updates because I didn't want to drain my battery because who knew.
Right. And you were sending me quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's a strange dynamic being.
It is, which is why, you know, we are referred to as being in the sandwich generation. We have our kids over here and our parents over here.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And then I think also too, it was the younger generation that got us right into relief efforts during the hurricane. Like honestly, after the hurricane and the reports started coming out of the West, I was like, holy frigamunga. Not using those words. But I was like, I was in shock. What about you, Mich?
I did not because actually I had my family on WhatsApp chats, and those who had connectivity, they were calling us and telling us what was happening.
Yes.
And when they were describing the wind and so on, it was still difficult for me to envision exactly what was happening.
Right.
So it wasn't until afterwards when we started to get the videos, the pictures, and of course we know that none of those really tell the story.
Right.
That's when I really realized how bad this storm was. However, one of the things, I mean, it was just despair, right? It was gut-wrenching, it was heartbreaking, it was all of those descriptive words. But I'm telling you this, I had a convo with JP, and we both said, regardless of what was happening, almost every time we saw a video, the person in the video says, I lost my house, I lost this, I lost that, but I have life.
Yes.
So many persons said that, but I have life. And I think as Jamaicans, they say we are so resilient, and we tell ourselves we are. But I think that was just so remarkable that in the midst of all of the despair, they're saying, here's a silver lining. We mash up, we lose everything, but we have life.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they even said it with a smile.
For sure.
And I'm wondering, how could they be smiling at this point? There's mud in their house, everything is washed out, blah, blah, blah. But some way, somehow, and I think we also saw the remarkable strength of community.
Right.
We've heard of stories of persons going to other persons' homes just to, because they lost their roof and so on. And not to mention the support from overseas. That was just, and still is, incredible.
Right.
Absolutely incredible.
Well, I know that right on the Wednesday after the hurricane, my nephew said, okay, I'm starting a relief effort. So by Friday, we were packing relief bags. And I think that was the thing, that the push that you just needed just to get into
going.
action.
Yes, yes.
And that was like survival mode, like trying to pack up for everybody just to survive.
Of course. And that's still happening right now.
Right.
So as you know, I'm part of Friends of National Chest Hospital. And immediately we got in touch with Food for the Poor.
Right.
Because there's so many efforts that are going on, right? So we decided to team up with Food for the Poor. So we've made trips down there. And I'm telling you, it's hard work. I mean, we are exhausted at the end of the day. But our hearts are so full to know that this is the little bit that we can contribute. And we absolutely enjoy going there, packing up these bags and boxes. And at the end of the day, we look at each other and said, okay, we've made a little bit of a contribution.
Yeah. Well, it's from the business community. Mm-hmm. It has been kind of a strange place to be in, because you didn't kind of want to advertise that you're doing it, because you weren't doing it for the marketing.
Correct.
So like there was a big thing coming out saying, the Chinese are not helping. The Chinese are not helping. Well, I know for a fact that the Chinese community
I saw that.
Island Grill was
Yeah,
out.
I saw that. Yeah.
You know, and you know that my brother is the president of the CBA.
Yeah.
And they have been doing a lot of work.
I saw those posts.
And even when we were collecting, it's a lot of the Chinese shop owners. I call them the new Chinese, and our family's like old Chinese, but they were all out and doing so much stuff. So it was a strange place to be in, for sure.
I think so, and I've heard other stories similar to that. But I'm just very happy to see how everybody has just jumped in, whatever little they can do. We saw where Naomi formed a foundation. I don't know if it's a foundation. She formed her relief effort, which I think was awesome. The response was tremendous. And I think everybody has just realized that every mickle make a muckle.
Right.
So we can all help in some way.
I think that how we decided as a family to go after it was that we can't tackle and we can't save our pockets are whatever, just not big enough to change the whole world or change all of Jamaica. So like I know for like Trevor's office, they went after the medical and they made bags for scrubs and stuff for the doctors in Falmouth. One story I wanted to tell you is that, you know, that type 1 diabetes is big because Sonny and Jacob both are my grand nephew and nieces. They both have type 1 diabetes. So their mothers and fathers are very panicky about that. So they're trying to help people because they know that that's their worst fear. Not being able to have refrigeration to keep the insulin, which is what they need to stay alive. So they actually got a generator and a fridge for this little boy.
Oh, lovely.
And his story was that he was in Westmoreland and they also have a newborn baby and they realized the house was coming down. They put the newborn baby in a garbage bag with a towel.
I heard that story.
And ran him.
Yes, I heard that story.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the little boy that they helped.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they're really going after that. So I think in the coming months, and I know that we're trying to work on something together, we just have to target, you know, those
specific.
things.
We have to be specific because it's huge. The need is huge.
Yes. And we have to rebuild. And there's so many controversial things that...
Which we won't get into.
Yeah.
We won't, because that's going to happen. But I'm going to tell you this, though. I was driving I have not been to the western side, but I've been to St. Anne. And I'm driving on the highway the first time. This was maybe a week after. And I felt like I was in this eerie movie.
like the Twilight Zone
Yeah,
or
it just felt...
Apocalypse.
It just felt really eerie. And, you know, the highway is a pleasant drive, right? And, you know, the trees were broken, the barks are off.
It was all
just
brown. Right.
And I literally felt like I'm driving into this Twilight Zone, maybe.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, last week, I was driving again. And there at the top of the trees, bits of green.
Oh, nice.
My body literally felt like hope.
Yes.
I physically felt something happening when I saw the green. I mean, and I haven't seen the worst of it, you know what I mean? But just seeing the little green at the top of those trees it made me realize that, you know, all is not lost.
Well, I saw something too. Like everybody has seen the pictures of Holland bamboo.
Yes.
Just the catastrophe. And a friend of mine just drove through there and I'm seeing it on that the bamboo is actually growing back and it's green.
And it's green.
So that, well, you know.
A little bit of hope there.
Bamboo is so renewable. So.
Yes, for sure.
So that's our Melissa stories, I guess.
Yes.
So, Mish, I think we should... We didn't want to talk too much about Melissa because it's been a big topic. It's monopolized our life for the last...
4 weeks.
4 weeks. Is it 4 weeks already? Okay.
4 weeks.
But we are certainly grateful. And you know I'm big on gratitude.
For sure.
And I think that you had something to say about
I do.
that?
Mel Robbins, I was listening to her
Right.
recently, and she talked about the science of gratitude. And there really is a lot of significance. And I think having gone through Melissa, although we did not get the brunt of it, I think what's important, and I think it's a common thread through all the stories, is just how grateful we all are,
Right.
in one way or another. I remember seeing a story. There are these two influencers that were here. I can't remember their names right now, but
Old age.
But yeah, we blame it on old age all the time. But they they were determined. They're not Jamaican at all.
Okay.
Right? No ties to Jamaica, but they were determined to build this house for this little, this older
I know
gentleman.
exactly who you're
Yeah, their
talking
names are on
about.
the tip of my tongue.
But one of them is Jamaican.
No, he's not.
Yes, though.
No.
You sure?
The husband?
One of them. Anyhow,
No, they're
let's not argue.
But
on
they
our
love
podcast.
Jamaica, though. They love Jamaica, I can tell you that.
Right.
But anyway, and they built his house, and they were determined, we're not leaving until we build you your house.
Right.
And the little man cried.
Yeah, I would cry too.
Of course, gratitude.
But the
right?
gratitude, right? What did you say that you saw, you and JP? Everyone is just grateful that they have life.
Absolutely, they have life. And, that is a common thread through all of this. So I think that, the takeaway is just for us to continue to literally express that gratitude. I think it's really important, whether we journal it, whether we write it down somewhere, because we forget these things,
Right. And I
But
have
it's really important to jot it down every single day. What are 2 things, 3 things that we're grateful for? And I'll say it right now. I'm grateful you're my friend.
Oh, look at
Let's
that.
get mushy.
Yes.
But we're here. So that's it for our
Right.
first episode of season 2.
Right. And are we trying a new closing?
We have to get with it, Nikki.
Okay, go
We have
ahead.
to. Go ahead. You go ahead.
You want me to say?
No, okay, I'll go ahead.
Okay.
So check out your girls on YouTube, Spotify, IG every Thursday morning at 10. Tune in and listen to us and drop us a line. We love to hear from you.
Check out your girls.
Check out
Should
your
we
girls.
say
You like that?
Should we say check out your queenagers?
Check out your girls.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of What the 50. Please show your love and encouragement by sharing, subscribing, and leaving a review wherever you're listening. And don't forget to like and follow us on Instagram. And please join our active Facebook group at What.the50.